Hi guys, welcome back to the channel guys. In this tutorial we'll be learning how to make this beautiful corset top. It has a zipper at the back, a long sleeve and an elastic at the hem of the sleeve. If this sounds like what you're interested in, join me. Let's get started. Okay, alright guys, so we'll start by drafting a pattern first, after which we'll cut it out on a material. Okay, I have marked my starting point. Thereafter I will input my neck width of 3 inches and depth of 3 inches too. Okay, I'm making sure I have 3 inches all around. Then I'll give it a curve with a curve ruler. Okay, after that I'll move on to mark my shoulder measurements of 7.5. then I added half inches for the joining of the sleeve, making it 8 inches. Okay, then I mark my shoulder slope of 1 inch. After that I move on to get my armhole curve. Okay, I marked my chest line 8 inches, and after that I'll extend the line and impute the half inches for the chest line, and I'll move in by half inches. Then I marked my bust circumference divided by 4, which is 10 inches. Okay, I connected it with the 4 inches at the center that I moved in by half, the 10 inches, and thereafter I'll give it a curve. Okay, I'm imputing my bust points 11 inches, sorry, my under bust 14, my waist 17, the full length of the blouse will be 23 inches. Don't forget that we'll also have a basque at the front. Okay, then I'm ruling the alright, and I'm extending the lines. Okay, after this I'll mark my darts. I'm having a dart of 4 inches, that's 8, then divided by 2 is 4. The bust span is 8, then divided by 2 is 4. Okay, then I move up by 1.5 so that it will cover the cleavage a little. Okay, then I from the dart line I move that by 1.5 inches on both left and right side. Okay, so I'm labeling my lines so that it will not be confusing to us. Okay, alright, then I rule the line straight from the underbust to the full length. Okay, after that I'll curve it from the bust point to the 1.5 that I marked. Alright, then I'll do the same on the other side. Okay, at this part of our breast is fuller, so I'll be marking 4.5. okay, I'll be marking 4.5 at the side. Then I will curve it from the 4.5 to the 1.5 inches, that's leg. Okay, and I make sure I blend every part that is sharp. Okay, at the chest line at the bust point I marked half inches at the center. Okay, then I connect it to the 1.5 also with a curve. Okay, after that I'll go down by half at the center also. Then I'll curve it from the 1.5 inches that I extended at the top to the armhole, and also to the half inches that I came down with at the center point. Okay, at the center chest line. Then I moved that by 1 inches at the up for my upper tighten, sorry. Then I'll curve that. Okay, after moving out 1 inches on the both sides, then you give that a curve. Okay, I move on by labeling my yoke, my cups. Okay, then we will cut that out in order to enable us to mark our measurements. Okay, after cutting your yoke, you open up the dart, then you place the right side on you place the center on the side of the pattern. Okay, you'll see how I place my, making sure that all the darts covers up. Okay, you can use a masking tape to cover it up. Okay, this is how you'll be able to take your measurements. If you didn't do it like this, you end up making a wrong measurement. Okay, you cover it up first before you now take your measurement. My waist is 9.5. okay, I'm not adding allowance to this paper now. I'll be adding my allowance while cutting on the material. Okay, what I did was that at the waistline, which is 17 inches, I will go down by 2 inches. Okay, after going down by 2 inches, then I'll connect that back to the waistline. Then I will now mark my basque from that 2 inches. Note that I didn't mark my basque directly on the waist. Okay, I moved down by 2 inches because before I marked my basque. All right. Okay, moving on, you can now add the 2 inches allowance while you are cutting on your main material. Okay, then the next thing is now for us to cut everything out and draft our back pattern. Okay, all right, you can watch closely and see how I'm cutting my. Please be careful so you don't cut your material. Okay, look at the ones I'm cutting out and the one that I'll be using to draft. And don't forget to notch your bust point. It's very important. Please don't forget to notch your bust point on the both back up. Okay, because you'll be needing that when you're sewing your brackets. Okay, moving on, I'm not drafting the back part. Okay, I've ruled my starting line. All right, my shoulder measurement of 8 inches, my neck width of 3 inches, and depth. Okay, I'm using depth of 1.5 inches. Okay, then I also mark my shoulder slope of 1 inches. After that, I'll connect to the neck width. Okay, then I'll move on to get my armhole curve. Okay, remember it's 8 inches for the chest line. Then I will now extend it to impute my bust circumference divided by 4, after which I'll connect everything together to get my armhole curve. Okay, after that will now impute the for my back. I'll be using a zipper for my back. I'm not lacing it at the back. Okay, my client says she doesn't want to lacing, so I will imputing a zipper. But this my pattern is if you are not putting a zipper, is for lacing. Okay, but thereafter I will modify it and impute a space for zipper. Okay, I move on to mark my bust point and my waist measurement. Okay, and that's all I need for this back. Okay, then I will impute my darts. Okay, I will impute my darts of 4 inches all at the bust point, the waist, and the full length. Then I rolled it at the dart leg. I'll be going out by half inches. Okay, I'll be going out by half inches of the dart leg. Then I'll connect it to the bust point and to the full length of the blouse. Okay, after which I will put. Alright guys, so the next is for us to input all our measurements. Okay, for the back panel, right? I input my bust point, my waist, and don't forget to replace your darts. Okay, don't forget to replace your darts of 1 inches. All right, because it's half on the both side, which is 1 inches. Okay, ignore this curve that I did here. Okay, next thing for us is now is to still move out by 2 inches at the waistline, below the waistline, sorry. Then we'll now mark it straight at the back. We don't give it a basket, it's just a straight down to the zipper side. Okay, if actually you were listening it, all you just need to do is to move in again by 2 inches from the center part. Okay, move in 2 inches from center part and you eliminate that part so that it will snatch. All right, then you impute your eyelets at the center. Okay, so that you use it to lace it at the back. But for my, I'm using a zipper. Okay, while cutting my, I will impute 2 inches for my zipper allowance. All right, I put 2 inches for my zipper allowance. This yoke that we are cutting out, we'll be needing it for our when we are joining our shoulder to attach our sleeve. Okay, we'll be needing the yoke, but we'll modify it so that we can use it to add our sleeve. Okay, all right, the next thing for us to cut and move over to cut on our fabrics. Okay, please, if you have not yet liked our video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends. All right guys, okay? So I've cutted them out and I also added all the allowances. Okay, the zipper allowance and the side seam allowance. Okay, I also did that on my front part. This is what I'm using to cover the bra cup. Okay, I added half inches all around while cutting it. Our bra cup is already made bra cup with that into the center. Okay, now let's move over to the sewing machine so that you see how I'll be doubting the bra cup. All right, so this is me here. I took half inches at the top and the down part, then I started at the center. Okay, to make the cup to sit perfectly. Okay, I also did that on the second part of the bra cup. Right, thereafter I'll move over to join my cups together. Okay, here I'm joining my cups, the right side and the left side together. Okay, if you notch your bust point while cutting it, it will make it to be easier for you to join your cups together. Okay, to make it easier for you to join them, don't forget to notch. Okay, notch and iron seam open on the center. Iron seam open. You can even use hemming gum while ironing so that it will, the seam allowance will lay very flat. Okay, don't forget to iron, it's very important, please. All right, I move over to do that for the rest of the cups. I use the material to cut out for the lining of the cups. Also, here is me while I iron my cups so well. Okay, I iron so that it will lay flat. All right, I will not use it to cover my bra cup. Okay, I use it to cover my bra cup, making sure that the dotted part of the bra cup will sit on the joining of the cups too. That's the darts of the cups too. Please, while joining your bra cup and the covering part, make sure it sits perfectly, and also know the right side and the left side. If you're gonna put the left side on the right side part, it will not be, while joining it you will not get it. Okay, make sure that you know the center part is smaller and the side is bigger, because we use 4.5 for the side while cutting it. Okay, so make sure that you use that. If not, you will not get it while sewing it. Okay, this is my center part. I'll move over to join the front center part. Okay, I will do that on the other side. All right, remember when we were drafting in the patterns? Okay, have two sides. Here is me joining them with half inches. After that, I will now add my bra cup. Not really needed boning for this top, please. There is no boning for this top. Okay, remember at the center we'll move in by half inches. Okay, so that half inches, if you open it up together, it will now be 1 inches, right? Okay, that is what we'll be using here to join our cups. Okay, we'll be marking out half inches all around, leaving our 1 inches that we already have. Okay, this is my cups. They are sitting so perfectly neat. Okay, remember this is the 1 inches that we marked half on each side. All right, then I'm taking the allowance all around, because while cutting it I included the half inches. Okay, to join my bra cups. All right, to the bodice. Okay, this is me marking out the half inches that I give for the allowance. Okay, I marked it round and also did it on the other side, leaving my center 1 inches. Okay, right after that I will now add my bra cup. Okay, you can use a pin to tack your bra cups before you sew. All right, just make sure that all the darts are aligning so well. This is me after I've joined my bra cup to the bodies. Okay, I made sure that they all align so well. And this is the lining. I'm moving on to join my lining. So here I have joined my lining. Okay, I'm using this lining to turn the bodice, after which I've added my shoulders. Okay, all right, now this is the yoke. Remember I told you that we're needing this yoke to draft our shoulder. Okay, here am I dividing the shoulder. The darts I had for the bra cup, I put it up on the yoke part, then I move in by 1 inches. Okay, I connect from the armhole to the 1 inches. All right, I'll be adding a sleeve to it, so I want the sleeve to sit on the shoulder so perfectly well. Okay, I don't want it to be falling and all that. This is me cutting it out, after which I'll cut it out of my material, then I will use it to add my shoulders. Okay, here I have cutted that out. Okay, I will join that to the bodice, and so please remember to sew this before you can turn over with your this lining. Okay, here I have sewed it in. All right, then I'll put it in, then I'll now place my lining on top of it. Okay, after which I'll move over and sew on it. All right, here now those shoulder parts will now be inside. Okay, while the lining will be on top. The shoulder part is now in between the lining and the main fabric while you sew on it. Okay, this is me sewing my neckline part. Okay, after that I will sew the shoulder part. You can decide to leave your armhole part open since you are joining or sleeve. Okay, this is my bodice looking so perfectly so. Okay, don't forget to iron is very important in this dressmaking. Okay, this is the inner part looking so neat and nice. All right, next is for us to move on with our back bodice. I use my lining to turn the whole front part all around. Okay, I'm taking out the pins that I used to pin my back part. This video is already long. Okay, I won't be that specific on the back part. Okay, because I assume you already know what to do, but what I did here was to turn my back part to the lining part. Okay, don't forget your shoulder parts. Okay, for the sleeve, that's your, is it called, the yoke part. Okay, what you will do here is to impute your yoke part in the middle while you turn your lining and the main fabric. Okay, all right, so we move over to modify our back yoke so that we can use it and attach our sleeve at the back part. Okay, I follow the dart leg line. Okay, I brought the front yoke and make sure it's aligning with the back part. Okay, that's what I marked there, after which I'll just cut the back yoke out. Okay, then I will now use it to cut on my material. I don't know the necessary allowance that is required. Okay, for this joining of the sleeve. All right, this is me trying to cut it out on my materials. Okay, please, for my sleeve, what I just did was a basic sleeve, then I added some inches that I will use to plait it. Okay, I just did a basic sleeve and added some extra inches for the pleating at the shoulder part. Then I attached elastic at the hem parts of the sleeve. All right, so this is me cutting it out. Okay, so that I'll be able to attach it to the back part while turning it over with my lining. Okay, After that, we'll now join our shoulders and attach our sleeve. Okay. Alright. Okay, this is me. I've done all that. Okay, I've attached my yoke part and I've done it with my lining, and I've also attached my zip. The next thing for me to do now is to bring the front part and join the shoulders together. Okay, after joining the shoulders, I will take my body measurement and then attach my sleeve. This is it after I was done. Sorry guys, I had to cut it because the video is already long. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.